The most important piece of any writing you do is the very first lines you use. You can write what would have been a good book or a good blurb, or any other piece of content. But if you don't show the reader exactly what they're getting into and show them fast, you're going to lose readers before they even start. In this video, I'm going to show you 3 examples, 2 from writers I personally work with, and 1 from my own content. Plus, I'll show you how this applies way beyond just books. And we'll look at how the smartest storytellers in the world do the exact same thing to hook their audience. And all this so you can make your own books and your own book marketing that much more engaging to your readers. Okay, here's the first example. I recently read the opening of a fantasy novel by an author I work with a lot. The story centered around a magical contest, kind of like a magical Hunger Games, I guess. The writing itself was good. Keep in mind, this is from an experienced writer with 7-figure sales. So this is not just a beginner mistake we're looking at here. But the opening of the book spent pages and pages on the main character getting healed from their terminal illness, leveling up, finding cool gear, introducing side characters, establishing world rules, and only barely hinting that some kind of contest was about to happen. And all this happened before I even knew what the contest was, why it mattered, or what was even at stake. I had no reason to care about the main character's transformation yet, because I didn't even know what he was transforming for. So, I dropped the book before it even got started. And then, because I'm obsessed with storycraft and what makes a good book, I got interested in how other readers felt about this. And so I looked through the reviews, and I discovered a reader who had left a review that said exactly the same thing I felt about the intro, with one interesting exception. This reviewer did power through the opening, even though they found it a little off, but they ended up finishing and enjoying the rest of the book. So right there, this made me wonder, how many other readers, just like me, left before they even arrived? How many other readers never finished the book, and so never reviewed the book, and so never let the writer know how to improve the book? So, let's look at what happened here. The promise of the book was that I'd get a magical contest, but the author buried the promise in those first pages. The thing that interested me in the book at first, the contest, the stakes, the world, only came after the setup. And in my case, after I'd already lost interest. Now, most readers don't patiently wait for you to get through the setup. They need to know what you're promising them before they'll invest in your story. That's what I call the promise first rule. Always lead with what you're promising the reader, not something else. Okay, second example here. Exact same rule, but this time applied to book marketing. And in this case, we're talking about the blurb. One of my author clients had a blurb that opened with 2 sentences of setting the scene before we even knew her main character's name. It wasn't badly written, but it asked the reader to feel the world before they even knew what kind of story was being promised. Here's those lines so you can see what I mean. When the ancient scriptures are uttered, you never know what might happen under the blinding light of a full moon. She was born in darkness, under the shadow of a full moon during a solar eclipse, with a mysterious black dagger at her side. Sounds kind of cool, right? But you still have no idea what or even who it's about. So, here's the rewrite, and notice how much clearer the story you being promised is right now. She time traveled to ancient Rome and ended up owned by a gladiator. This is not how Olivia James planned her week. See the difference? Same book, 2 sentences, but now you know exactly what's being promised and whether you went in. We also rewrote it to sound more like the modern fantasy romance it is, which you can now immediately tell from those first 2 lines. So that's the promise first rule in a blurb. Line 1 is the promise you're making to the reader of what they'll get, not the atmosphere, not the world building, not the character's backstory. The promise of what they'll get if they read this book. I hope you're seeing the power of the promise first rule here, because now I'm going to show you just how deep this rule really goes and how it applies to almost everything. So, I actually made this exact same mistake in my own content recently. I looked at my YouTube video retention, that's the little line showing how long readers watch and where they leave, and found that my best performing video at 47.9% retention works because by 32 seconds, you're already inside the main content. Every other video delayed getting to the main point by 90 seconds or more. So what was I doing instead? Well, I was warming up, introducing myself, establishing my credibility. You know, I've worked with million-selling authors. I've built over 150 author platforms, blah, blah, blah. And viewers were leaving right up until the point where I got to the point. And of course, then they stayed because they saw I would actually deliver on the promise I'd made to them in the video's title. So the promise first rule applies to YouTube, social media, or any other platform just as much as it applies to your blurb or your book. And not wanting to make the same mistake twice, with this video you're watching now, I started right away with the point. No warm-up, no intro. After I get some views, I'll drop a comment below to show you how it did. So, the promise first rule doesn't just apply to your blurb. It doesn't just apply to your opening chapter. It works at every single layer of your book, how you market it, and even how you present yourself as an author. I'll show you what I mean. One of the most memorable people I've met introduced himself with a story that showed me immediately who he was and what he'd achieved. It went through his hardship growing up, the incredible mentor who helped make him his life plan, how he set that plan in motion, and how he went on to achieve every step of that plan up until now. He's now working on being nominated for a Nobel Peace Prize for the world-changing work he's done, bringing different cultures together. Knowing what I now know about the Promise First rule makes me wonder how many doors that one story has opened for him. The same principle that made him unforgettable in a single conversation is the same one that makes a book, a blurb, or a cover work. Always lead with the thing that makes you or your story worth paying attention to. We can use this rule to improve each part of your book. Your cover. Does it tell someone in 1 second what kind of book this is and what it's promising? Do they instantly understand the genre, the vibe, and the world? Your title. Does it tell them just what kind of a book this is? Can you tell from the title alone that it's a politically intelligent sci-fi or a magical, steamy rom-com? Your blurb. Is the promise clear as day in the first 2 lines? Your first opening chapter. Does the reader know what they're being promised before you ask them to invest in the characters, the world, and the story? See how this works? Every aspect of your book. Same rule. This is what separates authors who think like publishers from authors who think like writers. A writer asks, is this well written? A publisher asks, does the reader immediately know what they're getting into, and does the book deliver on that promise? Because publishers invest in books they think will sell. And marketing itself is really just making a clear promise to a buyer and then keeping your word and delivering. Okay, let's look at how the smartest storytellers on the planet use this exact same promise first rule. Screenwriters have 2 hours. That's it. 2 hours to introduce a world, make you care about the characters, build tension, and deliver a satisfying ending. Every scene, every line, every moment has to earn its place. There's no room for warm-up, no room for buried promises. They have to get to the point or the audience walks out. You may have heard of Chekhov's gun, the idea that if you show a gun on the mantelpiece in Act 1, it has to go off by Act 3. Everything you introduce must pay off. Nothing exists without purpose. Screenwriters live by this because they only have a few short hours to tell their entire story. There's no room for a long warm-up. And now, because streaming is taking over, even that 2-hour window is shrinking. On streaming, a film or series has maybe 5 minutes or less before a viewer decides to keep watching or hop over onto something else. So even Hollywood has had to sharpen its version of the promise first rule. The opening of a Netflix series now has to promise the viewer exactly what they're getting immediately, or they're gone. Your book is really no different. Your reader has 1,000 other books one tap away. The promise has to be first every time at every layer of your content. Okay, so how can you use all of this? Here's the one rewrite worth its weight in gold. Write your first sentence last. Finish the blurb, finish the chapter, finish the video. Then ask yourself, what's the most interesting specific thing I've said here? What's the promise? That becomes line 1. You can't lead with the promise until you know exactly what the promise actually is. And most of the time, you only find that out after you've written the whole thing. So, go back to your blurb right now. Read the first line. Ask yourself, is that the promise I'm making to my reader? Or is the promise buried 3 sentences down? If it is, rewrite the first lines of your blurb to make it crystal clear exactly what you're promising the reader if they pick up your book. Now, read the first few paragraphs of your book, as if you've never read them before. Do you immediately know what this book is all about? Do you get what you're in for? If not, I'd recommend doing a quick rewrite. Remember, your opening scene of your opening chapter is the most important part of your book. If readers don't get through it, they never get to read anything else. I've heard a lot of questions about book marketing, but this right here is one of the biggest answers. Nothing markets a book like a well-written book that sells itself in the first few pages. That's the promise first rule. And now that you know it, all you have to do is use it. Now, a great promise gets them into your book, but what keeps them coming back and takes them from reader to loyal fan is everything they find when they go looking for you online afterwards. So watch this video next to see exactly why actual readers say they visit an author's website in the first place. And if you want help building that platform, the website, the presence, everything that delivers on the promise your book makes, that's what we do at Rocket Expansion. I'll put the link in the description if you'd like to reach out to us.